All right. Welcome back. My name is Eric. You're watching Sideboardmtg here on YouTube Gaming. We're live, so no editing that out. All right. Let's just jump right into it. We've got three great decks for you guys tonight. We've got a mono black Priestacrats. It's an Aristocrat style build in mono black, featuring Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Then after that, we've got a Nikya Jund build that is, it features Nikia of the Old Ways. I think that's how you say that. And we're supposed to, use all of that big mana to kick some Joshua Vess and stuff like that. After that, we've got a Mardu Hero. This is my pick for the week. This is a Hero of Precinct 1 deck that is based around the Mardu colors. So a lot of people are playing this in Esper and stuff. We've got a build here using Mardu, and looks to be pretty interesting. I'm actually really excited to see Hero Precinct 1 and Heroic Reinforcements. So that's the three decks for today. I hope you guys all like them. If you do, then give the video a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you missed out on the Gates deck from Dev, you can go back and check that out. That's already been posted to YouTube. We just finished that a few hours ago. And if you're looking for his Grixis Dominance deck, or Grixis Electro Dominance deck, we've got that coming up tomorrow night. So hope you guys are ready for a good week here. And we're going to get it started out with our Subscriber Sunday. We're going to start out with Mono Black. This is a Magic Hefes deck, and the links are in the description box below. And if you want to go give some feedback on these decks directly to the builders, the links will take you over to the subreddit, where you can just comment and just leave some feedback on the decks. If you like the deck and you want to let the deck builder himself know that you like the deck, or if you say, hey man, I've got a brew really close to this, I'm running this, what do you think, that sort of thing, you want a little feedback, you can do all that over on the Sideboardmtg subreddit. Doesn't cost you anything to have a Reddit account. It doesn't cost you anything to post your decks there, or to upvote decks, downvote decks, whatever. It is completely up to you guys as far as what decks we run. So the ones that get the most votes are the ones that I'll pick, and then when there's ties, I'll add my streamer vote in there, right? Streamer's choice. So we played this particular deck. We played a version of it for the Patreon games. The deck did really well. It piloted very easy. Not major complex lines, but lines that were complex enough to make you kind of think a little bit. It was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed playing this version of Mono Black, and like I said then, there's a lot of different versions of Mono Black. I don't think that any of the Mono Black decks are Tier 1. I don't even really think that any of the Mono Blacks are Tier 1.5, which leaves this one and most of the other builds somewhere around the Tier 2 side of things. So when you're kind of down there, it's kind of like splitting hairs, or whatever metaphor you want to use, but it really doesn't matter. If you got a build in Mono Black that you want to try and you want to take to FNM, take it. And if you've got you want to play this build in Mono Black, then by all means play it. So the deck's pretty sweet. Again, we got to play it before, but I'm going to go over it for you guys. The mana base is really simple. We're just straight up 23 swamps. As far as the early turns go, we're wanting to play Diregraph Ghoul or a Gutter Bones. As far as later turns go, we're hoping to have a Priest of the Forgotten Gods deck down, and then we want to just make sure that we can produce 2 creatures per turn. The deck does that really well with cards like Gutter Bones and cards like Reassembling Skeleton. Now, if we don't have the Priest of the Forgotten Gods down, we can actually use some of these recurring effects like Reassembling Skeleton or Gutter Bones to get ourselves, some more premium removal here with Vicious Offering, which you don't have to sacrifice a creature for Vicious Offering. I know a lot of people are like, man, you don't have a creature to sack. It still does -2/-2 even if you don't kick it. The kicker is sacrifice a creature, and then it'll do -5/-5, and you know, I've said it before when talking about this. Dismember is a good card, so -5/-5 is pretty decent. And then as far as you know, card draw in the deck goes, you know, you're getting a lot of recursion from the deck itself, but you also get to use cards like Costly Plunder to trade something like a Reassembling Skeleton in for 2 additional cards, and then a lot of times you'll have some mana to go ahead and get that Reassembling Skeleton back. Now, a lot of the cards are all of the cards are zombies or skeletons, so Death Baron works really well here. We've also got Midnight Reaper to help us draw some additional cards. We've got Liliana that we can downtick and actually play all of our zombies from the graveyard. If we have zombies on the battlefield, then we can actually use this as a kill spell. And then if we're milling zombies, if we're putting cards in our graveyard with the +1 ability, we might actually be able to do a little bit of life drain, which is not completely out of the question. I mean, sometimes you want to gain a little life. Hence why we've got, you know, copy of Moment of Craving here. As far as, you know, other 2-drops go, we do have some Doom Dissenters. Even though it's not a zombie, it'll leave behind a zombie, and that all works really well with the Death Baron and such. So that's the main board. Let's jump into the sideboard here. As far as the sideboard goes, we've got 4 copies of Duress. We've got 2 copies of Drill Bit. So combined, we can actually have quite a bit of hand disruption. Drill Bit being able to get everything, but it comes at a little bit of a cost. Sometimes you really can't crack in for that damage and turn on Spectacle in this particular variant. Now, Cast Down works as a great removal spell, being able to kill cards like Hero Precinct 1, you know, the Thief of Sanity, which just has to die. We've also, against the decks that, you know, are only playing a few creatures per turn, we can play cards like Plague Crafter and get rid of their creatures that way. We've got additional Midnight Reapers, so that if we're coming up against decks that have board sweepers, we can use Midnight Reaper for that. And then, of course, we've got some of Vraska's Contempts to help deal with those Esper decks, or Teferi decks, and Vivian, and all of those other things. So we do have oh, chat, what happened to chat? There you guys are. What's up, everyone? I knew something was wrong with chat. I was looking at chat and I was like, why isn't chat refreshing? Ah, yes, Magic Hefe's deck. There we go. He's sick of us. Doubt it. He noticed. Yeah, well, I wanted to get through the deck tech. So many times I've tried to get through the deck tech. We get disrupted or something like that, and the deck tech goes awry. So, but you know what? That's where we're at. So let's go play some Magic, right? Let's just play some Magic. Tragic Hero 99. You got this, dude. You got this. You're going to get an opponent. Your opponent has arrived. Boo and hiss. Don't do that, Jack. Don't boo me. You like Liliana in this deck? She doesn't really do much for us. You don't like Liliana. It's definitely one of the cards that we could probably get rid of if we were going to trade it out for something else. Well, we've got a curve. We definitely have a start. We've got more land than I would like to see. This deck could probably even cut down to 22 lands. Like, no lie, it's pretty low to the ground. So don't go around hurting your feelings. All right, Jack. I won't. I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I looked over at chat and I was like, man, is no one here? Why isn't chat refreshing? And then I was like, wait a minute, can't connect to chat. Alright, let's just refresh it. Alright, well, the question is do I swing into that? I think I do. I mean, what's he going to do, block? I didn't think so. I will, though. I ain't scared. I'll block. Wizards really missed on Lily. Well, okay, so when that card came out, as far as the storyline goes, Lily had just kind of the left the Duergraph Ghoul can't block. She had just left the story as far as like she thought that she had dealt with the demons and she wasn't really worried about. I think I hold this back. She had left. She had just dealt with the demons and Bolus told her that she basically needed to go. You know, the Gatewatch had just got destroyed. Yes, she left the Gatewatch. Thank you, Madness. Thank you so much. Could not come up with that word. Anyway, she had left the Gatewatch, and you know, Bolus sent her off into wherever. And then now she finds out that even though she's destroyed the demons, that she might not have done. Ooh. Alright, well, I'll take this hit. Not that I really wanted to. You know, I'm not even going to get into the Liliana thing. Wow. I mean, he's going to flip that Legion's Landing. There's not a lot I can do about that. Like, I could leave back more blockers and hope that he doesn't flip it, but I think he swings into it anyway. Vampires, that's gonna hurt. That is definitely going to sting. Ooh. Alright, so he flips. We'll go to blocks. I guess I want to block. Since he flipped anyway, I kind of want to block here. Costly plunder. This way he doesn't gain the life. I mean, that's not horrible, right? I mean, we can gutter bones for a. It enters the battlefield tap too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he plays a land, he gets the city's blessing. Well, the race is on. Looks like Heartache. Death Baron touch, Death touch. That's kind of the plan. But the plan is to take a big hit, play Death Baron, and kill him on crackback. I don't know if it works or not, but that's the plan. Like that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. I mean, we get to all of a sudden swing for a lot more. We did keep him off the city's blessing, though, which means he doesn't have vigilance. All right. Oh, call to the feast. Come on. One, two, three, four, 5. Killed one in the air. We'll pass. Did that wrong. Yeah, Call of the Feast definitely blew us out there. Alright, so 3/3 blocks, 2/2, 3/3 blocks. No, it doesn't matter because we lose them all because we have to block everything. And we're still dead. Yeah, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Radiant Destiny is a bad enchantment. Did I ever say that? I'm sure because you're saying that, you're mocking me somehow. I'm just sure of it. You guys are always mocking me. Okay, so against this deck, I never said that, but someone else did. I've always liked always watching. Always watching was a good enchantment, and Radiant Destiny is pretty close to that. Radiant Destiny is close. He's mocking the internet. Alright, let's take out Liliana. Even though we could probably neg her and kill just about anything in the deck, I think that we might be better off making him sacrifice dudes. But being able to like rip apart his hand might be decent. He's probably got Queen's Commission and cards like that. So if we bring these in, we take out 3 costly plunders. Vraska's Contempt is too slow. I'm not taking out a Vicious Offering or Moment of Craving. Maybe I mean, I really want Midnight Reaper. So maybe I don't need as many Direct Ghouls because they're a little slow. Like it's a nightmare to be able to it's a nightmare to be able to top deck a blocker, but it ends up coming in tapped. So that's why I took out the ghouls. I'll keep this in. I mean, it's still more land than I want to see. Again, Hefe, you might be able to go down to 22 land in this deck. And I don't just mean that because I'm drawing a lot of land here, but like it may be very easy for you to go to 22 land. Alright, so we know he doesn't block. And we don't have a turn 2 play. Alright. We'll take the ping for 1 here. This deck is really, really good, by the way. Vampires is a lot better than a lot of people will give it credit for. Ooh. I like that. I like that. I don't think that we can sit back and build a bigger board than him. I don't think that's possible. I know that the Vicious Offering has to kill Adanto Vanguard. I really wish I had another 1-drop, but I did take a couple 1-drops out, and that might have been wrong. Might have been wrong. I'm going to play the Death Baron and just not swing. I know that we really need to just get our opponent dead, but if I can play Death Baron and not swing, then next turn we can Vicious Offering. I mean, I'll take 3 off of Danto. Giving Gutterbones +1/+1 means I can easily block the vampire even if he gets a lord down. So this isn't horrible. And then we'll just pass. If you're playing tribal and you have white, then Destiny's alright. I had it in my Vampires deck. When Arena first come out, I actually what this opponent is playing minus the new cards was pretty much the backbone of these decks, or of Arena. Like, there's so many people playing different variants of the Arena. I mean, of the black-white Vampires decks on Arena. Erg. Well, at least we get to do this. So we can Gutterbones, Plague Crafter, get rid of Gutterbones. He gets rid of a vampire. We'll trade the Plague Crafter for yet another vampire. It's just a matter of time before he actually gets the City's Blessing. I mean, unless we can finish this game early, he's definitely going to do it. Yeah, if you're going to play with Radiant Destiny, Vampires is 100% the best tribe to go with. I will definitely agree to that. I don't know though, Hefe. I mean, in the late game, this deck's actually very mana hungry. So maybe you probably couldn't go below 22. Maybe down to 23, but maybe you couldn't go below that because you are going to want mana for the late game. You're going to want to be able to play like a 3-drop and do some other things, and you just can't do that if you don't have other. Oh my goodness. We're in trouble. Midnight Reaper before Plague Crafter. Yeah, I get that line, Jizza, but I think we were just going to be way too far behind. And we're still super far behind. Look at this. These are 5/5s now. I want a first striking zombie. Can we get a first striking zombie? We're just dead. It's just over. Like, this is a 6/5. These are 4/4s. Yeah. they may be the sleeper tier deck. It's possible. Didn't have the luck that we had last time we played this Hefe. Didn't find a Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Didn't and plus, Priest of the Forgotten Gods wouldn't be really good. That's one of the things I've said about the Aristocrats builds. Most of them have to have this backbone of like Gutter Bones and Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and it really doesn't matter like if you go into other colors or not. You really just want to have that reoccurring, you know, like we're going to bring this creature back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's that plays really well against the mid-range decks that are only putting out 1 or 2 creatures per turn. Like you would probably have a really good chance at just flat out destroying like maybe a Gates deck that had, you know, only a few creatures in the deck or something like that. You do have to worry about sweepers and stuff, but you normally even can recover from sweepers fairly well. And that's kind of one of the beauties of the Priest decks is they can really be good against you know, the decks that only put out the 1 creature per turn. But if you get against a deck like Vampires right there that cast 1 spell and puts out 3 creatures off of 1 spell, then you're going to fall so far behind that it's going to be really hard to ever catch up. And that's kind of that's just kind of what we ran into. We definitely ran into what would be your worst matchup. Anything that can put out multiple creatures per turn is going to be a horrible matchup for these Aristocrats decks. And again, that's why the Aristocrats decks are further down on the tier list. Doesn't really matter how you build them. I put all of the Aristocrats decks down on the tier list. So yeah, some type of sweeper would definitely be needed. You could run the new Cry of Carnium, but it exiles, and I don't think you want to do that with Gutter Bones. And, you know, if you're trying to draw cards off of Midnight Reaper, you don't want to do that either. If you run Golden Demise, then you could probably get away with it a lot easier. Just because, you know, it's just -2/-2. You can still rebuild your board after that. So definitely Golden Demise is probably necessary in the sideboard somewhere. Don't know exactly where, but you'd be able to figure that out. But even though we got a really good showing of it last week, we actually got to see one of the worst matchups for it here this week. So do remember that if you think people in your area are playing decks that are going to play multiple creatures per turn, then this is not going to be a good build for you to take. Whereas if you're playing a lot of slow mid-range decks, they can't play multiple creatures per turn, then you can probably deal with them. So that's what I've got for you, man. All right, let's jump into Nikya Jund. All right, this is a rush deck. You guys voted for it, so here's what we got. Ritual of Soot might be worth it in the mono black deck in the sideboard. I mean, granted, it's going to kill everything you got, but it's gonna, like, Golden Demise is going to kill everything you got anyway. So, Ritual of Soot, destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. Doesn't really matter for this deck because this deck is running 4 copies of Rekindling Phoenix, 4 copies of Joshua Vess, 3 copies of Ravenous Chupacabra, a Domri Raid. We got Nikya of the Old Ways. She says that you can't cast non-creature spells, right? So if we want to cast, let's just set this off to the side. If we have her on the battlefield, we cannot cast any of these 13 spells, right? These 13 spells are off limits, cannot cast them. That's Gift of Paradise, which helps us fix mana. Rhythm of the Wild, which gives us, you know, ramp. Ritual of Soot, which sweeps the board, and Domri Raid, which gives us a little ramp, gives us a little card fixing. You know, we get to look at the top 4 cards of our library and put 2 creatures from them. We do have 23 creatures, so that's not bad. We should see at least 1 creature out of every 3 cards with 23 creatures. So there's a good chance that we will get 2. But yeah, that's 13 non-creature spells, and we're really planning on hitting a Nikya of the Old Ways. Now, once we hit that, the goal is to tap for enough mana to cast a Joshua Vess with the kicker and create 20 power worth of creatures onto the battlefield. Now, okay, 28 power if we have a Rhythm of the Wild, or we just give them all haste and go. Oh wait, the tokens won't have Riot. Never mind. We'll give Joshua haste, right? Either way, Rhythm of the Wild, in order to make sure that we can just swing right off the bat with our Nikya of the Old Ways, Carnage Tyrants, things like that. So that's the deck. We're really hoping to ramp into all of this and go from here. Alright, half of my chat is going, this looks too clunky. Half the chat's going, that's too many spells to cast this. My question is, why was this the top voted deck if you all feel like that? Are you guys trying to make me play bad decks? Are you really trying to do that? You know what? I'm just gonna say it, Rush. I hate this deck. I do not like this deck. I do not like the build of this deck. I do not like the brew. I am not happy with it. I am not going to break down the mana base. I am not going to go in depth on how you could fix it. I'm just going to say I don't like the deck. I did upvote it because you're Rush, though. Just saying. All right. We've got 4 copies of Duress. We've got 4 copies of Lava Coil. 3 copies of Brashing Throntodon. 2 more Domri Chaos Bringers. And 2 Vivians. Anyway, that's the deck. Let's go see if it plays. This is what you guys have done to me this week, right? You did this to me. You said, you know what? We're gonna vote for all of the decks that'll just drive Eric insane, right? Hashtag 3 creatures in sideboard. Okay. We won the dice roll, so yay. Alright, we've got 3 mana. We've got Ritual of Soot, Gift of Paradise, Land of Werewolves. Should we mulligan this hand? It doesn't look good. Can we expect a better hand? Can we expect a better hand? Boros is like, hashtag, I voted for it. I wanted to see it happen. Yeah, I would like to see Nikya happen, but whatever. I don't think we're getting a better hand. At least we have the option to top deck some stuff and then like turn 4 cast a Nikya. These Ritual of Soots may be good. If Lana Ward can eat a burn spell here and keep us from taking that burn spell to the face, I'll be happy. Gift of Paradise will be good in this matchup where we gain 3 life. I mean, that's a anti-bolt. So, Electrostatic Field. Oh yeah, we got something coming for you, buddy. We got something coming. Yeah, I'll just play the Stomping Grounds, tap, go ahead and get my rhythm action on. This way this red deck can't counter us. And then we're basically just hoping he plays out all of his creature stuff, right? Oh no, it's Memekin. Oh, I wish I knew what Memekin was. You guys are on some meme I don't know about. Oh no, he killed our Land of War Elves. Joke's on him. We were going to kill it anyway. I got multiple Ritual of Soot. So I'm not going to risk taking any more creature damage here. Boom. And then next turn we can be like Land of War Elves and Gift of Paradise. One counter, right? This way you can't just play enchant his. This way you can't just play a Fanatical Firebrand and kill it, so. Oh, the Memekin deck? It's a Saffron Olive. Alright. I'll check it out. I'm just going to take the creature damage. And we're going to try to turn this around on him. As quickly as possible. Looks like he's trying to turn it around on us as quickly as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double green. Tap. Tap my manas. Tap. Tap my little manas. Hast. Du hast Witch. Du hast Witch von dein. Probably said those words completely wrong, but it's what goes off in my head. What's up, Roman? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Lightning strike to the face. Ooh. So the big question is, do I Ritual of Soot? I think I do. I actually think that I Ritual of Soot here. Just to get rid of that Vishino Pyromancer. I don't want him to have any additional creature damage. And if we get lucky and he can't get a couple points of burn here, we're going to go to the sideboard. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Oh, look. Light up the stage. Exiles. Skewer the critics. No. No. Why? Just got back from SCG Dallas. Didn't go that well, but had fun anyway. Went 6-3 on day one. Good for you, dude. 6-3 is great, man. That's great. There's nothing to be ashamed about. 6-3. That's a good record. I mean, you were only like one win away from making day two. Like 7-2 probably made day two. So, anyway, we need answers. We got to be able to stop old Mono Red. Brontodon's pretty good, right? Brontodon will deal with. I mean, first off, it's a turn 3, right? It'll deal with most of the creatures they have. It's hard to burn, stuff like that. So, the skin of its toenails. That's disgusting. I want to keep in Plague Crafter, but I think that's the card we take out. I know that I want to take out Rhythm of the Wild because of Mono Red, so maybe I'll leave Plague Crafter in. Bring in an extra Domri. Why not? I don't have other creatures to bring in, so I mean, the proper answer was probably like Lava Coil, but I'm gonna bring it, like, take the other Domri out and just bring in a couple Lava Coils. Because against red deck, like, the one thing that you want to do above all else is stop creature damage. I got a mulligan this hand. I can't keep a 2-lander and then, like, no way to play anything. This is a good start because at least we can get our double red here. I'm gonna leave it on top and take, like, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. We'll risk it for the biscuit. We do need to hit a land next turn, though. Is it just you, or does this deck feel like it's missing Gruul Spellbreaker? Oh, man, Roman, I've already said I didn't want to talk about what this deck's missing. This deck's missing construction. Like, this deck wasn't built it was some cards were grabbed. And they were thrown into. They were like somebody said, "Hey, I've got 60 spots. Let's build." It's not you, Rome. Yeah, I wouldn't build Jund without Spellbreaker right now. I don't think. But yeah, at least it'll be over quick, right? Rush is fuming right now, everyone. He's fuming. Oh, snap. And we got a basic, so we get to, like, actually put this on a true basic, right? This way he can't pull out that Field of Ruin, and, yeah. Yeah, I just wouldn't play Jund right now. We haven't seen the Jund or the Gruul decks do near as good as we thought they were going to do. Turns out Golgari doesn't care about doing things on your turn, and Golgari and Settle the Wreckage, which everyone was talking about Gruul Spellbreaker. They were talking about Gruul Spellbreaker. Oh man, it looks so good. You know, they can't do things on my turn. They can't target it. They can't Settle the Wreckage. Can't do stuff like that. And, you know, Gruul Spellbreaker, it's just so good. And it turns out that the meta shifted into a way that nobody cares about Settle the Wreckage anyway. So if nobody's caring about Settle the Wreckage, then Gruul Spellbreaker is just not, like, the greatest thing in the world. So, I'm tempted to cast this again, but we're dead. We'll go ahead. You know what? Let's cancel that. And I'll play Ravenous Chupacabra. With Ravenous Chupacabra, we can kill one of these dudes, right? And we stand to block the next one. And because Spellbreaker isn't played, Settle is good. I don't think so. I don't think that that's why people quit playing Settle. I think it's because more decks shifted to having Negate. So if you go to, like, if a deck is remotely fast and you go to cast Settle and they cast Negate, stop that, and that was your plan, was to survive through your Settle, I don't think that's going to help you. Gruul Spellbreaker was just one of those cards that we were eyeballing it, looking at it from the vacuum of our last set. And now our big deck that was Golgari has shifted into Sultai, right? And because it act like the deck officially made that shift, it took that in stride and went Negate in the sideboard. And because it now has those negates in the sideboard, we're not going to get a lot of value out of another Flame of the Keld. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So he's going to draw 3 more cards next turn. He's just going to draw a land. You know? Just all land. No burns. No burns. But I think that Spellbreaker looked really good because of the idea that we were playing in a meta that had, there we go. We were playing in a meta that actually had a lot of you know, settles and stuff like that. And everybody was looking at Spellbreaker going, oh my god, this is going to be so good. And it turned out that it wasn't as good as we thought it was. The deck's still really strong. The problem is the meta sped up to the point where you can't really take turn 3 off to play Rhythm of the Wild. A lot of people were thinking that Rhythm of the Wild was going to be really good, and the one Gruul deck that I've seen do well in the tournaments, which was at the SCG Open a couple weeks back, it did well. It was in like the top 16, maybe the top 32, but it was like a 600-man event, so getting anywhere on that listing was pretty decent. So even that deck wasn't running Rhythm of the Wild. even in the sideboard. It had Cinder Vines in it, but no Rhythm of the Wild. Again, Rhythm of the Wild is one of those fun cards that normally isn't going to do much the turn that it comes in. So, you know, historically, cards that don't do anything the turn they come in aren't that amazing. So, you know, that being said, that doesn't mean that you couldn't be someone like Be Informed, who took the Sarkhan's Unsealing deck and went Mythic with it. I mean, he loved it, and he kept playing it, and he grinded with it, and he grinded with it, and he got Mythic. So, yeah. Almost no Rhythm on day 2. Yeah, there were Rhythm's just not making it. Again, you're taking a turn off to be able to, you know, cast a creature, or cast a non-creature spell that's not going to actually do anything to the board that turn. Even though it'll do good things in the following turns, it doesn't do anything that turn. Plus, there's a lot of Mortify getting played. The Esper decks have access to Mortify main board. They have a couple more copies in the sideboard. And with Mortify getting play, you're just not going to get a lot of value out of those. Same goes for Sarkhan Unsealing. I'm going to beat myself to death with Rhythm of the Wild this season, and to the point where I'm going to be happy to see a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck, right? I know it, so whatever. Is a 102 of sideboard card. 1 or 2 of sideboard card. Understood. Control is running more kill spells and board wipes than counters nowadays too, and you know, some Esper decks that just board wipe tribal. Board wipe tribal. Yeah. Had 4 of Mortify. Right, Chris. Yeah, Mortify is just too good right now. So, I mean, if you're playing a card that you didn't add anything to the board that turn, and they get to just go, well, I'll Mortify that and untap and do my stuff. So, yeah, Be Informed. I'm over here talking crap about Unsealing. You're the one that I know of that went Mythic with it. And you guys can check out Be Informed. He's got a YouTube channel, and he actually posted the game where I think he went Mythic. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. He did it with a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck. So all of you that love Sarkhan's Unsealing, he'll play it. He plays Arena too. Just saying. Right? If you guys want to check that out. All right. Anyway, thank you for the pile, Rush. I appreciate it. It was a pile. I've got nothing good to say about what we just did. I don't think we ever even hit our opponent. Oh yeah, with the Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, we actually hit our opponent with the Carnage Tyrant. We got him down to 4. Didn't feel that good though, you know. So, right-click his name here in chat. If you just right-click, then you'll be able to click Go to Channel, and his channel will be there, and you'll be able to see all kinds of Sarkhan's Unsealing. He's done it. He's done it. What I refuse to bring you, someone else has. All right, and this is the beauty of YouTube. If you want to find something, you can. Anyway, let's go talk about Mardu. Hashtag I voted for it. Boros, how could you? Mardu Hero. Alright, so the mana base on this deck. You need 16 black, 16 white to be able to cast Basilica Bellhaunt. Everything else should fit under that, except for the 18 black needed for a turn 3 bedouble. This particular deck is playing enough creatures that it may not need a turn 3 bedouble, so I'm not really going to care about that. So, if I was going to say make any changes, I haven't even counted the land yet, I would say I'm out, Yins. Bye, Rush. Bye. Good night, sir. He's just gritting his teeth at me. I know it. This deck does look pretty good. So, Hero of Precinct 1, it's great. I'm not even going to count the mana base, but I'm going to say that if you don't have 18, the requirements for the mana base here is you need 18 black or sorry, 16 black, 16 white in order to make this work. There you go. There's your chart. You can pause the video, look at the chart, do whatever you want to do there. Let's talk about the deck in general. Alright, so Hero of Precinct 1 is a 2-mana 2/2 that says whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you get to make a 1/1 white human creature token. Fair enough. Simple, right? We just play this and then start casting multicolored spells. Well, most of the deck is multicolored, including being able to start with some haste, give some mentor triggers. Like, you can turn 3 a Tajik after you've played a hero, and you are swinging with a 3/3 hero, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Tajik is really good right now because even though in last season we were playing against a lot of Deafening Clarions, this season we're actually playing against a lot of Gates Ablaze. And Tajik will die when they cast Gates Ablaze, but nothing else you control will die. So Tajik's not bad there. Skylight Knight Legionnaire giving you just another body in the air, continuing to crack in for some damage. Also a decent blocker in the air. Probably not going to be doing a ton by itself, but it's another 2-powered creature that can pick up a counter from Tajik. We can also use Judith, so as our creatures are dying, we can have Judith to give that extra ping, but more than not, in this particular case, Judith's going to be using that first line of text, where we're giving that +1/+0, and really, like, just kind of overflowing the board. Now, we can also use cards like Heroic Reinforcements. So if you get to have that beautiful curve where you go Hero of Precinct 1 into something like a Tajik, and then Hero swings for 3, Tajik swings for 3, they're down to 14 points of damage, and you've got another 1/1 on the battlefield. Next turn, you actually get to go Hero of Precinct, or Heroic Reinforcements. Your trigger goes off, you make the extra body off of a Hero of Precinct 1, then all of your creatures get +1/+1 and gain haste, plus the extra 2 creatures you get. So altogether, how much damage is that? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, look at that. Turn forward to kill. Bam. So that's it's pretty sweet, right? You only need 3 spells to deal 20 points of damage in this deck. And that's just Hero Precinct 1 into a Tajik into Heroic Reinforcements. Granted, you need your opponent to do absolutely nothing. So, in a Goldfish world, this could be pretty sweet. Cards I would not run in this deck. Orzhov Guildgate, and I wouldn't run Evolving Wilds. Originally, I looked at this mana base and I was like, there's a lot of things going on here I don't like. Most of those being all the basics. I'm not a fan of Guildmage's forums. First off, it's a colorless land. Yeah, late game we can start giving our multicolored creatures the extra +1 ability, things like that. But I think that you could probably get away with just more of the other lands, but especially with there being 0 1-drops in the deck. 0 1-drops mean that you can get away with playing any of your lands in tapped on turn 1 and then kind of go from there. So played 8 hours of Pokemon trading card game at your local gaming store and had a blast. See, that sounds great. Run all the shocks. Yeah, I would definitely build this around all the shocks and check lands. I'd run all of the shocks and then as many check lands as I could fit in, with at least all of the white check lands. Right. This way, even if you started out with a turn 1 Blood Crypt, maybe you would at least have a Isolated Chapel, or what's the red-white one? Well, there's no red-white check lands in here. Oh, there's one. There's one. I assumed the builder just didn't have these cards and wanted to build around cards he had. So, as far as the rest of the deck goes, I mean, we've got Mortify to rip our opponent's board apart, whether it's enchantments or creatures. Wow, those Mortifies look horrible right now. Why? That ain't how you spell Mortify. Probably ain't either. There we go. At least they all match. Now they're all grungy together. So apparently Arena's foiling, or not Arena, but MTGO's foiling isn't working really well right now. That happens. It does happen. All right, Basilica Bell Haunt, great card. Really like this card. Another card that the opponent is using, or that the deck builder here is using, is Aurelia. I love Aurelia. I think Aurelia is absolutely terrific in these builds. And then Rampaging Monument. Trample Rampaging Monument enters the battlefield with 3+1/1 counters on it. When we cast a multicolored spell, we get an additional +1/1 counter on it. So this could actually grow and become absolutely huge. Be Informed with a $10 donation. You are amazing. Be Informed, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. It means a lot, dude. I really do. And I hope you all the best things with your streaming endeavors there, man. It's an act of love, I promise. And sometimes when I'm mean to people like Rush, it's an act of love. Can you imagine what kind of friend I would be if I allowed Rush to take that last deck we just played to F&M? I would be a bad person for looking at him and going, "It's good, man. Man, I like this. I like what you did. We just had a bad running of it." You just can't do that. You just can't do that. Friends don't let friends play crap. You know? Anyway. Let's look at the sideboard. 4 Duress, 3 Lava Coil. Settle the Wreckage. Doesn't get a lot of play, but it could happen. 3 copies of Lyra, and then 3 copies of Banefire to finish everything off. Because who doesn't want to Banefire somebody, right? I just want to cast this for as much mana as I possibly can every single turn of the game. How would that work, right? Just 20 lands and 40 Banefires. Let's go. I'd play it. It'd probably be bad. But hopefully I'd have a friend out there. I'd be like, "Kilo, don't do it, man. Don't do it." All right. Let's go play. This is our last deck of the night. So Phoebon needs an opponent. Mardu Hero, let's go. Just submitted a Selesnya deck. You think y'all would love? Go upvote that bad boy on the sideboard. Should post those on Mondays. Yeah, because I pulled the last 7 days. And I don't know if it'll get pulled. We could Evolving Wilds, play our hero. The problem with that is we're still going to need to pull a land before we can play after that. But this hand still looks okay. I've been looking for your card. Dude, I did not give you a shout out so that you'd give me money. I support anyone who wants to be a streamer. And if you need any help becoming a streamer, or you want any help, I'll do my best to help you. I don't know what I'll be able to offer, but I'll try. I'll say that. I will try. We really need to hit another land. We're going to be in a bad spot without a land. Do a Banefire deck with Artifacts Ramp. Oh man, I like where you're going with this, Roman. I like where you're going with this. Thought Erasure. Just don't take my Sky Knight. It's my only castable if I top deck a land. I actually think he needs to deal with something bigger and badder than Sky Knight. But if he takes Sky Knight, it means that he can probably deal with everything else, or he plans on clocking us. So, oh my goodness, our opponent casts Thought Erasure, and then we get this line of text: Phoebon has lost connection to the game. Did he thought erasure me and just close the game out? Oh. Your Esper list? Okay, Rocker. We'll check it out. He cast thought erasure. I resolved it. He's looking at our hand. It says, finish looking at our hand. And then it says he has lost connection to the game. There's no way he just looked at our hand and went, oh my god, every spell he's got is a multicolored spell. I wonder if he was casting Thought Erasure going, well, I'll just take whatever he's got that's multicolored and I'll be alright. Think he'll be back? Thought Eraser's so rude. Right? It is, Justin. It's rude. What's up? Your phone died. The opponent Thought Erasered us. We revealed our hand, and then he lost connection to the game. There's where we're at. I have no clue if he just closed the game out or not. But we're going to wait about another minute, minute and a half. Just kind of laugh at this situation a little bit. And then we'll scoop it up and go make another game. He's scared. Right? He got scared. He got scared. That's exactly what it was. You scooped after you cast Thought Erasure on a control deck. Was funny. Dude had all the answers, and you was screw it. Game 2. Let's go. I've been there. Yeah, Thought Erasure is really good on curve. Yes, this is the Mardu Hero list. You think Mentor of the Meek is to you what Sarkhan's Unsealing is to the rest of y'all? So you like Mentor of the Meek. It's a pet card, and in order to run Mentor of the Meek, you're normally like just deciding that you're going to be running some really weak cards, so you're going to rely on synergy more than you'll be relying on sheer power. A lot of the decks in the format right now are relying on power or power synergy bonuses, and you're going to need so much synergy to get away with a Mentor of the Meek deck that's something that you're definitely definitely a thing. Zaxadillo, what do you mean when are we hitting 100K? Well, dude, we hit 5K in the first year, right? So if we get to, well, not the first year, just a little over 5K in like a year and 3 months or something like that. So we'll just call it a year. So 20 years from now, right? We'll hit 100K in 20 years, maybe, right? We'll see. YouTube's algorithm changes when you get a little over 10K, so that could speed things up. Maybe might bring us down to like 10 years, right? We'll see. We'll see. 100K though. We got to get there, Zax. We got to get there. I need you to share every one of my videos and help me become more interesting. Maybe I need to grow a longer mustache. Maybe the mustache needs to like come all the way up and like braid it into my eyebrows. Would that be interesting? You think people would watch that? Some weird dude with his mustache braided into his eyebrows, braided into my sideburns. All right, I don't know. All right, opponent. If I concede game, can I draw a card? Okay, we would have got a Judith. Then we would have got a Sky Knight Legionnaire. Then we would have got another Sky Knight Legionnaire. And then a Guild Mage's Forum where we still couldn't have cast anything in our hand. And then, after that... Ooh, okay. And then eventually we would have gotten a Norzov Guildgate. Oh, yeah. What I'm talking about. You look like a rogue. Go with it. I can take that. Snake Man 830 just subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Appreciate it, Snake Man. All right, we're gonna jump into another game, and Uh, the mana base is busted. It is. The mana base is quite bad. We need our opponent to do absolutely nothing. And then we need to draw a hero's heroic reinforcements. I'm going to keep the hand though. Start out with our guild gate, and we can just like play. Hey, we got a turn of our opponent doing nothing. Here we go. Can we get there? Well, that's what I mean by the synergy there, Madness. Like, I'm not saying that you can't make things work with I'm not saying Mentor the Meek. You can't make things work with it, and in certain vacuums, man, it's a really, really powerful build. You can get some really, really powerful, creatures out of it and things like that. You can draw a lot of cards, but you need a lot of mana to be able to make it work. So again, synergy. You're really going to need synergy. Just not going to say anything. Just going to hold my breath. It was worth it to try, right? It was so worth it to try, right? I mean, come on. All right, so it didn't go off. But, I mean, we had to try. We had to try. We had to try. I mean, yeah, we could have went for rampaging, or like we could have went for all. When you tried so hard but didn't succeed, right? He's got a shark to crap. I mean, we're still not in like the most horrible spot in the world. Unless he Rivers rebukes us, then we're in a bad spot. But all right, let's go to the next game. All right, here we go. Roman, you got a deck you want me to play? You have that red Artifacts Banefire list. I just posted over on the Sideboardmtg subreddit, and name it, Red Artifacts Banefire list, I guess. And not only will I see it, but everyone else will see it. And if it gets the most votes, we'll play it. So, looks cool anyway. And if I really like it, then it'll get played next Sunday as streamer's pick. So, yeah, no guarantees I'll pick it, but if I like it, I'll pick it. I picked this one because like I really like the idea of running Hero of Precinct 1 in Mardu colors. So, yeah. I'm worried about what our opponent might be playing. So I'm just gonna bring in 4 Duress, take out the Rampaging Monuments, and go from there. So yes, the it's just r/Sideboardmtg. Yeah, there you go. Reddit. There you go. It's in the description box. So if you just want to click, you know, the show more, and then just scroll down to the Sideboardmtg Reddit, just click that link. It'll take you there. So we still come out super fast. Did super mean things to our opponent right there. So yeah. I definitely think that this mana base needs a little bit of work. We've got a whole bunch of different lands and things like that in it, but it could be smoothed out to make sure that the deck plays more consistently. Your mana bases are going to make your decks more consistent, and when we're getting into 3-color decks, that consistency is going to be really important. So, like, if you're having to be cheap on your deck, you know, you're like, I don't have the mana to be able to play this and that. I think I got a mulligan away 3. Our opponent conceded. Our opponent scooped. Oh my goodness. If I get started into another one. I guess the opponent looked at his hands and was like, well, this ain't gonna work. Do I just get into a whole nother game? I guess so. Got him. Yeah, I think he looked at his opening hand and was like, I'm going out to mulligan. This is going to be a nightmare. No hero here. I'll keep. I mean, we get to turn 4 to Jeek with a counter. Ooh, let's see how it fares up against red. Red won't scoop. Red deck doesn't scoop. Oh, man. Hero. Oh, hero. And then next turn we can just Guild Mages for them and not pay life, and then we can get our Sky Knight Legionnaire down. I mean, he might be able to burn it, but he might not either. Hey, opponent. Race. He probably does, because that's his whole game plan. Red don't scoop. Red deck don't scoop, man. Ain't no point. You just keep drawing till they either beat you or you hit the burn to kill them. There's no point in scooping in red deck. It's going to be over quick anyway. At least in my opinion. Like, I've always found that red deck it's over quick. And the race is on in here. Why is that song stuck in my head? It's like this really, really old country song about, you know, heartache. And the winner loses all. Mardu Soldier Tribal featuring... Why are you so stuck on Tribal, Madness? No matter what you're looking at, you're like, Tribal. Board Wipe Tribal? Matter of fact, you said Board Wipe Tribal in chat tonight. Just because everything, like... Hey, he put burn towards that. He actually put a Skewer the Critics for 3 mana. I'm impressed. I'm gonna pay the life. I know, it's so bad. We're losing this race, right? Maybe I don't swing. Yeah, maybe I don't swing and I just wait. Make him add more. Oh, lava coil. All the creature damage. This is brutal. We try again. We try again. Board wipe tribal. Yeah. This is burn tribal. It's a burn tribal deck. I mean, it's kind of wizards tribal, but... Oh my goodness, is he going 2 cards here? Or is he just really wanting to make sure that he gets this? I mean, I have to block, right? Untap land would be nice. The proper answer is probably kill that creature. But I'm going for high risk, high reward. If he doesn't get this really soon, then he ain't gonna get it. I was going to kill it anyway. I just wanted to see if we could get away with making him block. So now he's got to go for the burn here. So we have to close this game out before he can burn us to death. So if he's got Wizard's Lightning, he needs to use it. I mean, he doesn't have to. He's got 6 mana. So, yeah. You're waiting for Chupacabra Tribal. Alright, so Chupacabra Tribal, there's only 8 Chupacabras in it. But it wrecks these little small creature decks. Because every time you a creature explores, the Chupacabra will deal -2/-2, or deal 2 damage to a creature. It's funny. It's so funny. We need a way to gain life. Basilica? White. Oh, we can't even cast Basilica. Never mind. Never mind. And I was wanting to hold off on this until we could get away with, you know, giving it the extra plus. But actually, come to think of it, I probably want it to die. This way I can get some life linkers. So giving it a +1/+1 counter means that he would have to lava coil it, and I actually don't want to see that. Hey, good news is he's got to kill us. If he doesn't kill us, we kill him next turn. Or he at least has to put up a blocker. The opponent's got 3 cards in hand and can't do 4 points of damage to us. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. He flooded hard. Oh, he's got a Chain Whirler. If he's got a Chain Whirler and he didn't... Okay, Fiery Cannonade. Alright. Fair enough. I was going to say, if he's got a Chain Whirler and he didn't put that Lightning Strike at my face, something's wrong. Dude! Good game, opponent. Good game. Did I not click red? Could have sworn I clicked the red. Maybe I'm just seeing things. He's doing the math. He didn't do the math. He's seen it. GG. Alright. Against red deck, Lyra's probably great. I know the Monument did so much work. It did so much work. I actually think Lyra's probably a liability. I'll bring in another Monument. Like, I want Lyra, but I don't think I want 3 Lyra. Didgeridoo finally got a purpose. Mentor, or Manators, right? Isn't that right? Are you a Obi-Wan, or Pleasant Kenobi? Obi-Wan. Are you a Obi-Wan Pleasant? Yeah. Are you a Pleasant Kenobi fan? Is it a Lyra ability? Oh. What a horrible pun. I like it, though. I'll probably use it in the future. It's so bad that I'll probably use it. Get to Lava Runner. Well, I mean, we get to play a hero, which means we get to follow up with a Judith, and then, maybe even Mortify on 3. Runaway Steamkin. Yeah, so we'll Mortify on 3. Mortify the Steamkin. We'd even do some Trump block duty with hero tokens. It's really bad, though, because hero probably just eats a bolt to the face right here. Oh my god! I thought that was a... God! Stupid Guildgate. I'm sorry. I forgot that we had a Guildgate in this deck. Oh. Shame scoop. I'm just going to shame scoop right now. Shame scoop. Just shame. Just shame. Yep. Ah, stupid Guildgate. Whatever. Yeah, punt. I could have played the basic. Someone call me? What's up, Justin? More like Mace Windu. It's probably a Star Wars reference I'm not getting. This hand's way too slow. We can't keep it. This hand's no better. Can't keep it. This hand's way too slow. We can't keep it. That's it, guys. That's all I got. That is all I've got. Cue the Price is Right loss effect. Yeah, I mean, we might have been able to play that versus red there, but you know, was a character. Oh, okay, that's the guy who played. That's Samuel L. Jackson's Jedi character. Okay. Mace Windu. Gotcha. Yeah, I watched the first 3 Star Wars, or sorry, 4, 5, and 6, like a million times, because I had that trilogy set on VHS when I was a little boy. I had that, like, a Jim Carrey movie, Sylvester Stallone's Cliffhanger. I only had like six VHS growing up. We had 3 channels and like 6 VHS tapes. So I watched those a lot. I can tell you all about, you know, Luke and all that, but you start talking about Anakin and like the story when Anakin's a little boy and all, like, I didn't watch those a whole lot. I just, yeah. First 3 is relative. Fair enough. But anyway, yeah, alright. So we had a horrible Subsunday. Did we learn anything? Yeah, magic sometimes happens. That's what we learned. We learned that sometimes you can bring good decks, you can bring bad decks, and it just doesn't matter. Sometimes magic just happens. Yeah, we had a Rambo. Yep, we had a Rambo movie. We had and McClintock. And this John Wayne movie VHS called McClintock. My dad loved to watch that movie. He'd watch it like about once a month. We'd sit down and watch McClintock. Like, I can almost quote that movie to you, you know? Yeah. Prepossessing. That's where I learned that word. Yep. That's a fancy way to call somebody ugly. Alright? Anyway. They never do define that word in the movie, though. Mono Black Zombies Splashing Judith is fun. Yeah. Don't let Rush build for you. Rush likes to take fun things and put them together and make me play it. I don't think he would actually take that deck to F&M, right? Yeah. So, lesson learned. Check your curves. There you go. Especially, okay, so when you're playing aggro more than any other time when you're playing Magic, yeah, the fact where I'm constantly beating it into, you know, well, I'm trying to anyway. I'm trying to beat it into people's, you know, psyche that a turn 3 is good. A 3-mana card is really, really good on turn 3. A 3-mana card on turn 6 is not necessarily that great. So, you know, making sure that you can actually hit your curve is a very, very important part of Magic. So let's take that. As far as mana bases go, if you guys just stick to the chart, I've got it set where I can just pull the chart up for you guys. Stick to the chart, and you'll be good. I'm serious. The numbers won't let you down. The math has been done. Somebody else already done the math for you guys. Somebody else has already done the math. Dr. Frank Karsten did the math for us, and all we have to do is just use it. If you're going to be playing Magic, use the chart. Hi all, just stopping by to say at Sideboardmtg rocks. That is all. Damage spec. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Much love to you. I appreciate it. You're awesome too. You know that. Matter of fact, you're all awesome. Remember that. You're awesome. That doesn't mean your Magic deck's awesome. So, look at it. Check it. Go by the numbers. And you'll be awesome. Anyway. I can do math. You can do the math? Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Awesome. 18 lands. Jim Davis played an 18 land Dino deck a couple days ago. How did that go, be informed? 18 lands. How did that go? Awesome. Oh yeah. You know the leather tool? It's an awe, right? Yeah, math is for blockers. I love it. You guys, math is for blockers. All right. We had a couple streams. He 5-0'd with an 18 lands Dino deck. Okay. Okay. 18 lands with Commune and Elves for ramp. We played Dev's 16 land mono black deck that didn't have a card in the deck over 3 converted mana cost, and we just raped with that deck. Yeah, like that deck did, like, oh man, it did horrible things to our opponents. So yeah, I gotta go watch this 18 land 5/0 deck. I want to see how many times he had to mulligan before he could find a keepable hand, that sort of thing. Wow. Can you imagine how many extra cards we could fit into our decks if we only had to run 18 lands? That's interesting. I'll check it out. Yeah, 18 land dinos, though. That seems scary. Very scary. So, either way, I don't know. I don't know if I would do it, so. Now you want to see a Nikya Hero of Precinct 1? Build it! Nikya Hero of Precinct 1. You got this. Yeah. As far as those of you wanting to see arena content, I am working on getting my arena collection. As we get the arena collection, we're going to be playing it. We're going to be playing more arena. I am starting to check the devs decks against my current arena collection, and as soon as he makes a devs deck that I can actually play on arena, then I will start playing them on arena. Until then, though, we are going to continue playing here on MTGO. I thank each and every one of you that they're sticking by me while we're waiting on that. And we'll eventually get there, right? We'll get all the cards and go from there. So that's it. That's all I've got. If you guys want to get in on Subscriber Sunday, I highly recommend. What happened to the VIP account? We got it for 16 hours, man. If I had all the cards, we'd be playing on Arena nonstop. I wouldn't even play MTGO anymore. I wouldn't, just because I know that that's what people want to see is Arena. I just don't have the means to do it. Like, we got a VIP account for 16 hours and then it was over. So there are other bigger channels that were actually paid money to go play in that same event, and like, I'm just not a big enough channel to make that happen. So yeah. For Odapec Huntmasters. All right. Anyway, drafting is a good way. Well, drafting also costs money. So just saying. Any chance that I do some content on sideboard selections? Yeah, I tried to do some content on actually like sideboarding and stuff, but it basically boils down to the same problem I ran into when I was trying to do content on mana bases. You have to know every card in the deck and the strategy you want to use for a particular deck. My advice on sideboarding, though, is look at the main deck, right? Like, don't look at your sideboard first. And I'm horrible about not doing this, but my advice still remains sound. Look at the main deck, remove cards you don't think are good in a particular matchup, and then bring in cards that you think are good. Because in some cases, you'll have more cards to bring in than you'll have cards to take out, and things like that. So, I gotta check this in. I gotta check this like 15 land deck out. I have to. Well, Justin, if you do start streaming, same goes for Be Informed if you're still here. If you guys are, did I ever check out MTG Arena Tracker more? I checked it out, but you're only going to get information based off of other people using MTG Arena Tracker, so I don't know. Those of you that are wanting to start your own streams and you want to, create your own YouTube videos, there's a lot of places that get mad when you post your videos, and you're going to need to post your videos to get some more people watching. So, by all means, until you get to 1,000 subscribers, I highly recommend that you post them over on the Sideboardmtg subreddit. Post your links to your videos. As long as you're not spamming the same video, I'm never going to say a word. The only reason I say 1,000 is because at 1,000 subscribers, at that point you're big enough that you can probably start your own subreddit and just kind of go from there. But as far as posting. You know, I highly recommend that you advertise your videos as much as possible. It's going to help you a lot in those early months. So by all means, use my my subreddit. I got banned from a ton of subreddits when I first started because I was wanting to advertise my videos, and I said that's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to hold other streamers down for that. So by all means, post away. 90% magic over there, so as long as it has something to do with magic, you're more than welcome to post it. And then if you're a big streamer, I just recommend you make your own Reddit. So, all right, that's all I've got for tonight, guys. I had a lot of fun. I really did. Just hanging out and like just getting stomped at magic. It was still fun because I was here hanging out with you guys. I hope you all had fun hanging out with me. And 10% fun. No. 90% magic, 0% fun, and I don't care what the rest of the 10% is. You know, we're like spikes, man. We don't have fun. Having fun is no excuse for losing. Quote that. It's actually not. You can't quote me. I think that's a Patrick Chapin statement. But whatever. Anyway, hashtag I voted for it. Guys, we'll see you next time. Tomorrow night, Dev's deck. Got a sweet Grixis Electro Dominance deck. We'll see you.